something like $1.6 billion in tax breaks for the companies to start producing in Hollywood again.
Okay.
And the fact that Hollywood stopped producing in Hollywood is a pretty good demonstration that Hollywood is horribly run in terms of like the government.
It is partially true that like a lot of film is being shot in other places now because they're they give bigger tax breaks than California historically gave.
Yeah.
And so, California's just saying, okay, now we'll give you bigger tax breaks. It's a fucking free market, Ben Shabibo.
Yeah.
Like, he's complaining about capitalism. This fucking right-winger is complaining about capitalism. So a lot of
he's just salty because he moved his company out of California before he got the sweet tax breaks. Yeah.
It's like you were in California in the first place for a reason, dude.
Arguments on abortion that disagree with your own, they're bad people. That's what Gavin Newsom is saying right there. Today,
if you disagree with abortion, you are a bad people. Like,
yeah.
like, some people are just ignorant, and it's hard to call you a bad person. But being ignorant and having ignorant beliefs can cause you to do bad things, which, I don't know, makes you a bad person. You know what I mean? Like,
I would just say if you are against people getting abortions and imposing that, like, it's
but
the
reasoning might be good, though.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's
like,
one thing to be like, I'm against abortion. I would never get one. It's completely...
I disagree.
Different to be... I'm against abortions, and therefore you also need to be against abortion, or you cannot have one.
I'm gonna put on my right wing hat, okay, and tell you that they are being consistent, okay. And we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
They see abortion as murder, so you can't just be like, if you don't like an abortion, you don't get an abortion, or I won't get an abortion. They see it as murder. So what you're saying is, if you don't like murder, then don't commit a murder. That's how they see
if you're coming at it from like a religious standpoint, which I think
just,
a lot of people are,
the
church is even like, dude.
Well, yeah,
fine.
Yeah,
like
a lot of that's happening too.
Yeah,
I'm not going to argue that they're
not
consistent.
Like, devout people who are like, I wouldn't get one because that's not right.
Yeah, there's
for me,
a lot of that.
But
where's my phone?
Free will, blah blah blah, whatever. You're gonna choose what you're gonna want to do. Like,
no, for sure. And abortion is broadly popular even in red areas. You saw in Kansas, I'm sure. Yeah, it's like Kansas is dead red. You know.
Absolutely.
And they just voted to keep abortion.
Yeah, and like a huge amount of independents who are not able to vote in the primary actually went to just vote on this issue.
That's good. You can check here. Let's go to 538. I want you to see this. I want you to see this. Look at this. The Mariners.
What?
80% chance to make the playoffs.
That's ridiculous.
We haven't made the playoffs since 2001. Back-to-back 2000 and 2001, we made it to the... They saying that but we're not Democrats. We're left of the Democrats. We hate the Democrats for the most part, just as much as the Republicans. The guy was projecting to win the Senate, but getting obliterated in the House still. So, I don't know. I don't know how recent are these polls. Are these like post-Roe being overturned polls?
I mean, I would hope that they would be post-primary.
Post-primary? Usually they show which polls they're drawing from somewhere, but I don't see it. Just to go back to the previous point we were talking about, I think it's totally logically... obviously, I disagree with all of it. Abortion should be legal. Duh. But I fully think that they are logically consistent. And not all of them are necessarily for religious grounds. Not everyone who's against abortion is against abortion for religious reasons. You could just think it's just a living being. Like, I'm not against murder for religious reasons. Neither of us are religious.
Yeah.
So if I believe that a fertilized egg is a human and that it's equally murder, it's even coming out of my mouth. That's just the dumbest fucking thought.
But who the fuck actually believes that?
Some people do.
That isn't influenced by
influenced by religion. Yeah. But there's plenty of like right-wing young people who aren't religious. who like tons of them who aren't religious, who are just like fucking libertarians and shit. Tons of them, who are opposed on abortion on like they've been propagandized into thinking it's a human grounds. So if you think it's a human and you think it's murder, I don't think it makes you...
Trust science when it comes to trans people, right? Yeah. But don't trust science when they tell you when a person actually becomes a person.
Yeah, they're dumb. They're dumb. What do you want me to say? I know, they're dumb. But they're relatively consistent. And so, it's like... It's hard to say. It all goes back to, are they bad people for being opposed to abortion? It's like, yes, because you're committing so much violence to tons of women by outlawing abortion. Tons of women are going to be committed tons of violence to. But the reasoning,
the fact that they're taking it to like as far as they are though, is how you know that it's not about the abortion. Like, I mean, like, who out there is, like, legitimately, like, I don't care if you were raped. I don't care if this is a product of incest. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
You're 10 years old.
You're 10 years old.
What was the state? Ohio?
Yeah.
Iowa?
Ohio.
Yeah.
I mean, it could happen in Iowa, because it's also
same shit.
There.
It's horrific. It's disgusting. For me, it's like the trolley problem, you know? Like, if there's a fully grown human on one side and a fertilized egg on the other, you know, obviously you're going to let it run over the egg, right?
California is a freedom state, says Gavin Newsom, who forced production to shut down in the state of California for a year. Freedom to tell your stories.
Oh my God. Oh my God. There was a fucking pandemic. 1 million Americans are dead. 1 million. That's an undercount. 1 million people have died, Ben. Are you kidding me? Fucking bronchitis. Are you kidding me? It wasn't... Why did he do that, Ben? Was it because he just waved his magic wand and was just like, fuck it, I don't want money in my state? He's a fucking neoliberal too. He wants money in his state.
Yeah.
You think he wouldn't do anything for fucking money in his state?
Right?
Oh my God. What a fucking... Oh my God. That's maybe the dumbest take I've ever heard. Anyway...
Freedom to access the health services you need, including abortion. Freedom to love who you love and to ensure your LGBTQ+.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, like, freedom. What legislation are the left doing to actually ban anyone's freedoms?
Right.
Cancel culture, not real. We'll probably get into that someday.
Yeah.
The right is actually passing real, physical legislation to restrict our speech, to restrict our freedoms. Fucking abortion, just now.
Yeah.
They're the ones actually doing it.
Who you're going to be able to marry next.
Exactly, next, yeah.
Who gets elected after that.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Can you, whether or not you can... Oh, my God, I just saw a fucking tweet that a school district in Wisconsin banned using, like, pronouns. Like, you're restricting our fucking speech, you fucking right-wingers.
I would take it to the next step and, like, maliciously comply and just take out all pronouns.
Just all
pronouns.
You see that tweet where that lady's like, there are no pronouns in the Constitution? You seen this tweet?
No.
Do you know the first line of the United States Constitution?
We the people?
Yeah, there's a pronoun. The first fucking word is a pronoun. These people are so stupid.
Oh my God.
And then someone said, like, Jesus never... And the same lady said Jesus never used pronouns. But there's a line in the Bible where Jesus says, I am he, or something. Like, Jesus did use pronouns, actually.
And on the third day...
Yeah, God has
again.
a God. Yeah.
No, they don't use pronouns.
No.
So
they can use they. No, that's a pronoun.
Rose. Yeah.
God, what a bunch of fucking idiots. God has a pronoun. It's he. The fucking.
I mean, unless you're a rad femme, and then God is she.
Yeah, rad femmes say God is a she.
I mean, California is putting laws on the books that force your kindergartner to learn about gender theory. So I'm pretty sure that he is talking about California. And he said,
okay. Okay, I have a big question.
What's this law?
Do you think he's misconstruing what he's talking about?
Yes.
I mean, you want to look it up? California gender theory. Kindergarten? California Gender Theory Kindergarten. Washington Post. California wants to teach kindergartners about gender identity.
From 2019.
Opinion. Okay, so this is a fucking opinion article. Seriously, so a fucking right-winger. Okay, great. New York Post. Okay, awesome. CaliforniaFamily.org. Okay, PolitiFact. Here we go. California. Okay, 2019. This is probably the same shit. California teaches there are 15 genders. False. Okay, cool.
There are. Okay.
Conservative critics have pounced on new health guidelines. California to teach kindergartens of 50 genders says sex. Bullshit. Okay, so what are they going to teach? So they're probably just going to say a little bit of like very soft, massaged language about how it's not just male or female. You can be non-binary. You can be kind of other stuff. Some people are different. I'm sure that's all it said was, some people are different.
I mean, like here it's talking about, like by the time the concept of gender in children develops somewhere between the age of 3, when they start to like notice gender, and it's not solidified until about age 6, which is also when most kids are in school.
Kindergarten, first grade.
Yeah. And those gender roles are, like the stereotypical gender roles are kind of like reinforced at that point. So I could totally see this just being, coursework to show that those stereotypes don't necessarily,
So I was right. Ben Shapiro misconstrued something. That's
shocker.
Crazy.
Shocker.
He's not a sensible source for information.
And the movie was supposed to be sort of a woke bonanza, according to pretty much everybody who had seen it. The movie was apparently so bad that they just killed it. They were like, we're not even going to distribute it. We'll take the tax write-off. You know how bad a movie...
Yeah, like I said, I've read articles about this. Maybe it's partially true, and there is some like fucking like lib shit in there. Like the fucking... You remember that scene, that shot in like Avengers Endgame? Where it's just like all the like women Avengers.
Oh god.
I mean, it's like, I call me a fucking lib, but I saw it and I'm like, you know what? And I told you this when we saw it. If you're like a fucking 8-year-old girl, and you see that shot and you think, wow, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I'll never be an 8-year-old girl. I'll never be a marginalized person. I'll never not see representation of myself on screen. Superheroes. I got tons of representation. So if you're a girl who likes superhero movies and you never got any representation up until that point, because like Avengers Endgame, there was one female-led superhero movie in the MCU up until that point. It was the previous one. It was Captain Marvel. So women had no representation in that whole world.
Right.
So if you're, like I said, a girl kid, and you saw that shot, maybe you'd think it was cool. So who gives a shit?
Tom Leonard, writing for the Daily Mail, he says Batgirl, an apparently woke big-budget film
Daily Mail.
Female version.
God, they can never find a good source. God, the Daily Mail's like the biggest fucking rag in England. It's a giant hunk of shit.
Yeah.
Condemned as irredeemable by studio executives at Warner Brothers, it seems that not even a lengthy spell in the editing room could rescue it. Nor was it good enough to send straight to video, as used to be said of films too bad for the cinema. It may be the most expensive film ever made that will never see the light of day. The film...
Okay, sorry, I don't mean to keep pausing. My theory is, it probably... Oh, I remember what I said. I said, like, maybe it has some, like, woke shit in it. Like, some vague... Like that scene. Like I said, like that scene.
Like that scene.
Where, like, girls get it done. Remember, The Boys Season 2 made fun of that. Girls get it done. Like, maybe there's some girls get it done moments in it. And it has some, like, kind of lib shit to, I don't know, show representation. In a maybe a slightly heavy-handed way. I guess, but why are you gonna shit your diapers over that? I don't understand. Maybe it has that, and maybe it has a lot of it, a little bit of a lot of it, and the fucking weirdos at Discovery were like, maybe people will reject it. Maybe it'll become a meme. Maybe it'll become a joke. Maybe the movie overall isn't too bad, because that's the vibe. Like I said, that's the vibe I've read. Maybe it isn't too bad, but maybe some people will reject it, and maybe some people won't see it. Let's do this thing that's never been done before. Get everyone talking about it. Then we drop it on VOD. Everyone watches it. You recoup something.
Yeah.
Because maybe the movie's like, I don't know, a 6 or like a 7. Like people, like, oh my god, but the dudes. If you're, God, I keep like wanting to pretend there's like a chat for me to react to. if you want to fucking Hollywood, like, there's no way this movie was like that bad. Okay, Hollywood puts out really bad movies in theaters on VOD, really bad movies, including really bad superhero movies. What was the fucking Halle Berry Catgirl movie? Catwoman. So if the dialogue's really bad, I think it's the editing that gets really funky.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I get it. She's a cat. She's going a little too crazy with the ball. You know, it's like a ball of yarn.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. It's shot like an MTV music video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this editing. Oh god.
Ooh, she's like.
Oh, so they're okay. This is. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What?
This is the love interest. Yeah, I mean this is just ridiculous. Okay, yeah, this is pretty bad. Okay, this will get released to theaters. My point. Okay, this will pass. There's no way the Batwoman movie
is worse.
It's worse than this. Okay, it's just not. So maybe it was mid. Maybe it wasn't great. But it's not gonna be that bad. So I think it's a publicity stunt, and I think it'll see the light of day. There's no way this is shelved forever. This will see the light of day.
Yeah. I mean, if companies want to stop filming movies in Georgia because
a lot of people,
of the abortion ban, like, that's their right to do so.
There was something else in Georgia. Did you remember this at all?
Yeah,
something else. Companies don't want to film in Georgia. Law passed in 2019. Kemp. Oh, right. So they passed this is 2019, like pre-Roe being fucking decimated, right? They actually did sign an unconstitutional abortion ban. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of companies are saying we don't want to film in Georgia there. Which it's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
The problem with fucking pieces of shit like Ben Shapiro and then just dumb conservatives in general is they can't see outside. They got fucking horse blinders and they got nearsightedness. They can't see the big picture, okay? Mm-hmm. And the big picture here is abortion rights, lack of abortion rights. That's we're talking about this. Real fucking violence.
Yeah.
Horrific violence to countless women. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of women are going to experience extreme hardship. Mm-hmm. Okay? So if Georgia released a law saying, okay, how about this? Every Tuesday, we're going to shoot an orphan in the head. Mm-hmm. And then a movie production company said, hey, we don't want to film in Georgia now because of your new shooting someone in the head law. Well, why didn't they want to do that? Yeah. Because it's fucking disgusting, barbaric violence, and you don't want to be associated with that.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, shooting a fucking orphan in the head is more visceral, more obvious than abortion. Okay, than the harm women get from not having access to abortion. But it's still horrific violence either way.
Yeah.
It's just less tangible, which means fucking dumbass pieces of shit conservatives can't see it. So yeah, that's why these companies are pulling out of places like Georgia because this abortion ban is violence. It's horrific violence.